We just jogged him a mile with the pony. Same thing we did the day before the Derby. Had a good strong gallop yesterday, and we just wanted to go easy today, and worked out really well. He was well behaved, nice and quiet, jogged around there enthusiastically, and that's it. He'll just walk tomorrow morning, and all the preparation's done. A little bit of both, you know. I mean, in some ways it seems strange that it's upon us already, but there's been times during the week where it seemed like it was taking longer than you'd want, especially with a horse that seems like he's ready to roll.
Todd, I know you didn't have this race last summer, but in general, when you have a promising 2-year-old running at Saratoga, how difficult is what challenges do you face translating that form into the Derby season?
Well, we picked him up the beginning of September, and just felt like he wasn't moving as well as he was capable of, so we sent him to Crouppy's farm for a little break. Came back to us in November, and I think that time off really did him a lot of good. So, sometimes when you have talented 2-year-olds, and you might give him a little break like we did with him, but every case is a little bit different. Yeah, he was, because I'd bid on him for some other clients as a yearling. Saw him run at Belmont and Saratoga, so I was kind of familiar with him from his yearling year.
Well, Todd, you had a certain, I guess you had a certain thing that you wanted out of your time here, I mean, now that you can look back over the 8 or 9 days, would you say it's gone exactly how you wanted?
Yeah, I'm pleased that we decided to come in early. We got what we were looking for in terms of a quiet environment, at least, for that initial first week. Got him settled in and acclimated, and, we got a quiet setting on the racetrack, those kind of things that we were looking for. So, yeah, I feel good about it. We might have arrived here in the same condition had we stayed at Churchill, but I just felt like at that time it was the correct move, and nothing that I've seen here would indicate that it wasn't. I think it'd be a case by case. Made a bad decision at dinner last night. Yeah, I'm not proud, but it ended at 7. I don't know. It's a tough call, and I just, like I said, I should have at least had an appetizer portion or something. But yeah, it's over at 7. I think he's pretty special. We're gonna find out more, but so far, when you look at what he's done this year to win his first couple races by open links and win the Florida Derby and the Kentucky Derby by the margins he did, it's pretty exceptional. Pretty rare that you see that.
Did you anticipate that he was that good in January when he got it?
We got a very, very favorable impression of him from the very beginning when we first started breezing him. And, like I said, we kind of started laying out plans to hopefully get there. But, you got to see him come along and continue to develop and continue to improve. But he impressed us every single time we did something with him this winter and spring, and, just kept stepping up, getting better and better, but was so consistent. All of his works were really strong, and just, yeah, we were pretty enthusiastic about him early on. I don't think so. I think it's similar. I think there's Conquest Mo Money could show some speed. I think we'll show some speed. I think Classic Empire is probably going to want to be involved a little bit, but I see those as the major 3, maybe Cloud Computing right in there. After that, if you look at the form on most of the horses, most of them are mid-pack to closer types.
With a week like this, do you take some time with the owners and other people to just sort of enjoy it, or is that for later?
No, I think you enjoy it while you're here, and it's rewarding to have a horse of his ability, and I think it's extra special to have the Kentucky Derby winner. It's just it's a rare thing, and so you can enjoy that, but you also have task at hand, and so we've tried to embrace it and enjoy it while staying focused on hopefully preparing him the best we can for the Preakness.
Do you have a lot of people that you need to sort of spend time with? I mean, I know when you talk to the owners, they always have. I talked to Anthony Manganaro yesterday. He was talking about having 80 people, coming in. Like, do you have to worry about something like that at all, or is that?
No, I mean it's actually been pretty good. I mean, it's a fairly large ownership group, and they have a lot of family and friends, and so we want everyone to enjoy the horse and sharing that. Fortunately, he's a very mild-mannered horse around the barn. He's not, aggressive. He doesn't try to bite people when they come to take photos of him and stuff like that. So we try to accommodate all that as much as we can while not upsetting the horse. And luckily, he's been cool with all that. None of the stuff going on around the barn has seemed to faze him at all.
We've seen your staff working. We haven't seen them in this degree for so long. A lot of other people have, but it's amazing clockwork that your team. Everyone has their tasks, and every day everyone's right on their game.
Yeah, I mean we got a tremendous staff, and these guys have been with us a long time, guys and girls, and we try to run a tight organization, and everything kind of goes on a schedule, and I think schedules are good for people and they're good for horses. Horses appreciate a routine, and I think people do as well, and so we try to keep that routine even though we have less horses here than we would at our main bases. I think it allows us to kind of stay in the flow and the rhythm of what we normally do.
And what's that tub that always running steps into right before you head out to the track?
We generally ice most of our horses before they go to the track, so we just put a tub underneath it so that the ice, when it melts, doesn't saturate the stall.
Wayne's won 6 of these things. I saw him out at the rail talking this morning. Is he any tips or suggestions, even good natured about what to do?
He's been terrific about everything, and very supportive, and we haven't talked too much about the training aspect of it, and I think that like we talked about, it's a fairly simple equation back in 14 days. It's just trying to keep him happy during that period.
How much different does this track play to your
Well, I think it's going to play similarly to maybe Gulfstream on Florida Derby Day. It seems to be kind of tight and a fast surface. It doesn't appear as though we're going to get any rain of significance that'll impact Saturday's races anyways. So be different than the sloppy track he ran on at Churchill from that regard. As far as the fast track at Churchill, seemed to handle that fine too. It seems like he's handled every track we've had him on so far.